Hey everybody, welcome back. This is HD and I am back from MLG. That's right, it was a couple of days that I've been gone from my YouTube channel. I'm so sorry guys. I knew I told you guys that I was gonna upload like 3 games while I was gone, but I only uploaded 1. The reason for that actually was because the other 2 were absolutely corrupted, and since I was out across the entire country, really no way I could fix that. So I think the file was really corrupt and I ended up uploading it and I had to take it down a couple hours later, so I do apologize. But I'm back. I still have this Spanishiwa replay pack. A lot of people have been saying, you know, you've been pronouncing it wrong. It is actually Spanishiwa, not Spanishiwa. And you guys are right. I talked to him. I talked to him and he texted me and said, yes, my name is Spanishiwa. The reason for that is actually he wanted to kind of make a play on words with Konnichiwa, which is, I believe, hello in Japanese. So a little interesting fun fact about that, but I am back. MLG was absolutely awesome. I got to meet a lot of my favorite players as well as casters. Jalizer comes to mind. I actually got to party with him just a little bit, but he is a great guy. Absolutely fantastic. I have a picture of him. Maybe I'll be uploading it later. I don't know. And he's been I've been a fanboy of Jalizer forever. Like, this guy is, I used to watch him all the way in Brood War, and I was a big fan. Him and Jaedong really are the guys that I watch the most. Obviously, they are Zerg players. But yeah, this is gonna be another Spanishiwa game, and I don't know if you guys been paying attention to this chat. Looks like there's been a little bit of lag. And he is gonna be playing against YouLose on Scrap Station, which is a pretty good map for Zerg, I would say. So Spanishiwa, if he decides to go for this kind of mass drone, no gas opening, I think it should fairly work out quite well for him, simply because this is such an easy map for Zerg to defend against any kind of an early rush, easy to defend against a mid-game attack thanks to the way the map is laid out. And I think it really does lend itself easily to Zerg macro games. So I think Spanishiwa is going to be quite happy with the map. YouLose here actually opening up with a tech lab on his barracks, and only 1 barracks. So this is certainly kind of interesting. I think we may be seeing maybe a Reaper opening, which is fairly unorthodox on this map as well, simply because Reapers don't exactly have the easiest time kind of transversing between the main and the natural. On this map at least, the main and natural are quite far away, and on top of that, the Reaper has to kind of come all the way from around here and then hop over. So we do indeed have a Reaper on the way right now, and we'll see what YouLose decides to throw up next. Now, I do also have another announcement to make for you guys. Unfortunately, I still do not have that phone call that I've been waiting for. I've been keeping my phone by my side every day, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about. So basically, it's my car. The beloved HD Mobile is not here. It's still completely, I have no idea where it is. I had like 10 stuffed animals in there. I know, kind of gay. And if you guys are gay, I'm totally sorry. Don't mean to offend you guys. I have a lot of gay friends, so yeah, I had like 10 stuffed animals in there and they're all gone. I'm so sad. Oh man. But yeah, I'll be waiting for that phone call. I'll let you guys know when I have more words as to the whereabouts of my car. I am still currently shopping for a new one, and I am taking all of your comments to heart. A lot of people said go with the new Civic. Don't know if I want that, but maybe I'll get a I don't know, an Acura TL or a BMW 3 Series, something cheap, used obviously, but something cheap around $10,000 I think I can afford. Anyways, here comes YouLose. He has opened up with the Reaper 1 barracks, 1 command center opening, and he threw down a couple more barracks as well. Spanishiwa here has flown in and he's seen the barracks coming up, and we'll see what YouLose can do here. 3 drones really critically injured, ends up resulting in their deaths, and YouLose is now going to go ahead and hop away to the ramp above. Nice little harass there. I think he got maybe 3 drone kills, so Spanishiwa is off to a little bit of a slow start. But you also have to add on to the factors that Spanishiwa did open up with a very early hatchery, so he will be able to replenish his drone supply quite easily. YouLose here is once again coming in and is now going to be transversing that terrain with those jetpacks. Picks off the creep tumor, always annoying as a Zerg player to lose that. And now YouLose is going to be going after the drone line. Spanishiwa pulling drones off the line as well, and is going to lose only 2 more drones, I believe. Workers kill tab showing a total of 5. So those 2 Reapers, I think, made up for their cost. I think it was maybe a pretty good trade. And you know, 2 Reapers for 5 drones, not bad at all. And income now showing that the Zerg is only ahead by 3. But in fact, YouLose here is really got a lot of Marines out, and I can't help but wonder, is he pushing out right now with a significantly sized force? Spanishiwa sees these 3 barracks, he sees the upgrades going down in the tech lab, and oh my god, YouLose has actually opened up with the shields first before the stim pack. That is really intriguing. Usually when a Terran player opts to go for an attack with these early Marines, they'll get stim because stim is more of an offensive upgrade. Shields are more of a defensive upgrade. And I can't help but wonder, did YouLose actually get the wrong upgrade to start things off? Now these Marines will not have stim. Their DPS has been considerably lowered. They're kind of low tech, low advanced warriors just with shields. And unfortunately against all these Zerglings and Queens, I think that Spanishiwa will be able to hold this off. And YouLose is probably going to have to fall back. Really nice scoot and shooting here, but I think that YouLose just doesn't have the firepower with these Gauss rifles, not without that stim upgrade, not without the drugs. It's just not going to be enough. And yeah, it looks like YouLose is going to have to fall back and recuperate for another day. You know, I really like this opening by him, though. You know, he opened with the Reapers, and they immediately went into a mass Marine attack, but I think maybe Stim Pack might have been the better upgrade. Regardless, YouLose is now going into Starport, and I think we're going to be seeing some dropship play. Good idea on a map like this. Spanishiwa here, coming in with some Zerglings. He does have a Baneling's nest, and he's making Banelings. Oh, we're going to be seeing a Banelings bust, and this is going to be the weak link in this wall. YouLose here, if this supply depot goes down, these Marines, depending on where they're positioned, they could all fall to a matter of 2 or 3 Banelings. Spanishiwa is starting to move out here. Is he going to go after the supply depot? Oh, he's actually going to go after the tech lab, which has not finished stim pack, and cancels the stim pack upgrade moments before it was about to finish. And YouLose now 9 minutes and 40 seconds into this game, still without the most crucial upgrade for the Terran infantry, the stim pack. And I can't help but wonder, is that going to play in a bad way for YouLose if he comes in with these double dropships? Because now his Marines do not have the necessary upgrades. They are not able to do enough damage, nor are they able to use the stim for avoidance purposes to get away from Lings, to get away from Banelings. Here they go. YouLose dropping right into the main of Spanishiwa. Spanishiwa has 3 queens here to defend, not quite enough. YouLose, of course, still without that stim pack upgrade, gonna waltz in here, and by waltz, I do mean waltz. They are not sprinting. Spanishiwa here actually taking a little bit of damage on the hatchery, but here comes the Banelings coming in line, and they are gonna take out almost all the Marines. YouLose able to evacuate 5 of them, and oh, loses it to a queen. Oh no, Spanishiwa doing a great job here, and YouLose actually, things have not been playing out too well for him. He's lost a lot of Marines. He still doesn't have stim pack. In fact, he's making a new tech lab right now just to get that stim pack upgrade going, and I can't help but wonder, and actually I think that YouLose is behind. He has the same amount of harvesters. His army tab is actually a little bit ahead, but you know, in terms of upgrades, in terms of that crucial stim pack, he is still definitely behind. And I really feel like Spanishiwa can definitely out-expand him right now. In fact, he's got that 3rd hatchery going. Spanishiwa now, though, has to defend against this next wave of Terran units. YouLose just has a small contingency of tanks and a handful of Marines, and of course, once again, without the stim pack upgrade. And oh my god, YouLose here still forgetting to get the stim. Wow, one of the biggest blunders I've got to say that I've seen in quite some time. Obviously, you know, pro gamers typically don't forget these kind of things, but you know, when they do, it becomes a snowball effect. I mean, you look back at your Marines, you're like, T, no stim, what am I doing? So he's finally getting that stim pack upgrade. It's like 2 minutes away from finishing, which in Starcraft 2 is an eternity. YouLose here coming in with his small army of Marines in the front. This is, I guess you can call this a scouting party of Marines that are sent out, so to say, to pick off any creep tumors and receive the creep. Terran players will always do this. So the 3 Marines in the front kind of doing a little bit of scouting duty. Spanishiwa coming in here with the Changeling. He's going to have to figure something out, though, to deal with these tanks, and Changelings, unfortunately, not exactly the best. YouLose has actually got quite a number of tanks out here. At 120 supply over Spanishiwa's 86, Spanishiwa has been supply blocked for some time and has almost had 1,000 minerals saved up there. His hatchery at the 3rd could very well go down here, as YouLose has now established a 3rd of his own. So Spanishiwa is still actually in a little bit of trouble, even though YouLose doesn't have stim. And we do have 9 Mutalisks on the way, and there the hatchery has gone down. So it's really going to be up to those 9 mutas that have just popped out to, I guess, induce some kind of a change in the way the game has been playing, because Spanishiwa now is definitely in a lot of trouble. YouLose, guess he doesn't really need the stim after all, but he's gonna get it in about 50 seconds. Spanishiwa is trying to make something happen by destroying through those destructible rocks between the two bases, which could help. But he really needs to think about grabbing a third somewhere and sometime soon. Anyways, he's going to come in with these meterless, and he's going to go after the tech lab once again. If he manages to cancel this stim pack, that will be absolutely huge. And now these tanks are very much vulnerable. In fact, all the reinforcing units are vulnerable from these 9 meterlisks. The meterlisks are going to be able to pick off the tanks, and possibly, yeah, they're going to get both tanks. And now all reinforcing units are pretty much screwed because of the flock of meterlisks overhead. YouLose here has actually opted to go for a base race, so Spanishiwa now immediately falling back. His overlords do not have drop researched, so all he's going to have are banelings and lings relying to kill off these marines and tanks. Now, fortunately for Spanishiwa, these marines still do not have stim, so the banelings should be able to hit their mark very easily. YouLose could evacuate the marines up to the high ground. We'll see what happens. Here comes the lings. They're running in. Some of the marines getting loaded up. The banelings going after the helpless marines without stim. They're so slow, and the rest of the tanks getting devastated. Meanwhile, back at the natural, meterlists have cleaned out the SCVs, and I think YouLose is gonna lose. He GG's out of this game. Spanishiwa actually taking this game after what seemed to be a pretty desperate situation. And YouLose even confirming that right there that my stim never went up. So actually, Spanishiwa with those 9 meterlists and hitting that tech lab and killing off that upgrade, that may have very well been what allowed him to win that game. I think that was a crucial moment in this game, along with the banelings hitting the tech lab down here. I think that's what allowed Spanishiwa to take this away for a victory. What a beautiful, by the way, defense right here by Spanishiwa. YouLose, of course, not the best positioning of his units, but, you know, thinking back as well, I don't know if he really needed to GG. He was at 33 harvesters, he had missile turrets and a planetary, so really it was still 2 base to 2 base. I honestly don't think he needed to leave the game that early. Look at the supply counts, 82 to 80, so YouLose here leaving a little prematurely, if you guys ask me. But then again, it's still a great play by both these players, and YouLose deciding to leave. Valiantly says well played. So that's it for me, guys. Spanishiwa will take this away with the victory, and I think I'll be casting some of the MLG replays as well. I remember when I was there, I just saw some awesome games. So coming up next, I will be casting some MLG replays. I will be also casting Spanishiwa replays, so it'll be kind of a mix of both, and I think you guys should enjoy that. So thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. This is HD, signing out till next time.